A DM whenever we're live, Rickle. Just anything. Just some note. Oh, we're back in intermission. Hey, there we go. Hello, everybody. We are here with Tony Hawk Project 8. I believe the the information says this is Immortals Phoenix Rising. That is not entirely the case. There we go. All right. We got a little bit of problems here, but we are ready to go. And I'm here with Packle.
That's me.
That's you. What do we have here?
We have here the 8th entry in the Tony Hawk franchise. Well, mainline franchise. And this entire game is pretty much all about going from the 200th rank all the way into the top 8. And we do that in a little under 50 minutes. It's a very quick run, you would imagine. It's like, you would think 200 ranks to take a little bit. No, we're going to fly through this. This is going to be really quick. There's a lot of tricks, a lot of fun stuff up ahead. So, with that said, we had a donation incentive for the name. So, what is it going to be?
That's right. I tried to whip the crowd up into a frenzy to get someone to donate for Nellion Mandela, but unfortunately, Bam Margarine is going to be our name. I say unfortunately. No one donated. Oh, sorry,
I donated.
No one donated in the 5 minutes that I told them to.
Oh.
So, Bam Margera is in the lead with $100.
And that's what we're going with.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, be careful. The man, the myth, the legend, Bam Margarine. All right, I'm not going to be doing anything special with this cast in particular. So here you hit start game. This is going to be a bit of an intro. As soon as we load into the first area, I'll say it anyway for timer's sake. But that's when we start the timer. We can start this run.
Okay.
So we'll start this intro and get this game started. This is also no for everyone. It may look like you're losing frames. You're not. It is the game.
I'm putting together an amazing new skate team. The best 8 skaters that can out-rip, out-shred,
and this is the only time you're going to see Tony Hawk until the end of the game. So say hi to Tony Hawk, everyone.
Hi, Tony.
Who? Alright, and timer starts now. Let's go. Right, so first thing I'm going to do right there was a butt slap. It has been a usual in a Tony Hawk franchise for a little bit now. It is... Hecky's been here for a minute. He knows what butt slap is.
Yeah, but butt slap is basically just a way in Tony Hawk games of gaining height by doing multiple jumps after pretty much any flip trick or grab trick. As long as you roll off a ledge first. To my understanding.
Yeah,
that's been in for a while, right?
Yeah, it's been in since Thug 1. It involves going off a ledge, trying to remember the button combination, doing a trick, and then like hitting A during the starting animation of that trick, and you just do a bunch of extra jumps in the air. Unfortunately, I can't skip this goal. This is like one of the slower goals in the run. Mostly because, well, this is required. But things are going to start taking off very shortly. And we'll go into the other area of this, one of the first areas of this game. What was a weird angle? So this run is, okay, let me start over. Thaw was like the first quote-unquote like open world game, and this is like the next iteration of it. Like before Thaw was like you had like these long corridors going between levels, so it's like pseudo open world. This is like straight up like open world. Don't mind me crashing into the wall right there.
Yeah. Also, I don't want to barge in, but did I see a Nokia phone just coming into the screen with a video call?
Yes. We're not going to... That's the only time you're going to see it the entire run. This is sponsored by Nokia.
Need for Speed Underground 2 had, like, Singular Wireless sponsorship. It's like, that company doesn't exist anymore.
Luckily, that's the only time you're going to see that Nokia phone throughout the run, because it's kind of annoying. And it kind of leads into this trick coming up. So the thing is about this game, like, it's like... Gonna tell you about all these cool new events that's coming up, right? Well, it's slow, it gets in the way, destroys my momentum. So if I quit out of the game, go back to the main menu, and then load back in, it keeps in a memory that like something was supposed to pop up, but it never did, so it never pops up a phone notification throughout the rest of the run. So, very useful. I saved several minutes by itself, mostly because of the... there's like every other goal is like, hey, there's this cool new thing you can do, and it's like, I don't care. Or I've already done it. Like, you're slow. So already making pace right here. Right here, I'm going to this is like one of the new mechanics of the Project 8 was the nail the trick. And as the name implies, you can make your own trick pretty much in midair, and it's useful in some cases, but in any percent run you only see it a few times. Usually if the goal requires it. Also, yes, I did steal money from that guy. Just like that, we're coming to the end of the first area. Going to a manual right here, and then we'll come back down to Suburbia. Then I have to make a jump over a go-kart, or a little miniature, like, RC car, rather. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, so we'll see how well it works. I'm going at a good speed. Got it, nice. That's...
That was ridiculous. Like, you barely even went over the thing.
And sometimes you go straight over it, and it doesn't matter. So right here, going to one of the cutscenes. I'm gonna be off the board. Don't mind it.
Hey, how's it going?
If you go into a spinning backflip into this, you're just flying off your board into the cutscene. It's really funny. It's not really anything special, but this section is just pretty much telling you about a little bit about tokens, which is like the game's currency. With tokens, you can buy more gear for your skater, which is slow. Special tricks, which unfortunately for an 8% run is slow. We only have like one area where we can actually go to the skate shop, and we don't have nearly enough tokens by that point in the run to really do it. But for casual runners, you know, it's there. Like 20 is literally nothing. Like you need like 75 to get a special trick.
Dang.
So it just matters just going in between these areas, doing some cool tricks. They're impressed by my little kick flips, and then just go onwards to the next area. I really wish I could skip like Jason Lee, because his next cutscene is like 45-ish seconds and it's slow. Didn't get the cutscene skip right there. So right here is coming up a kind of precise butt slap. Got it first try. That's very hard to hit. The reason being is because you have to get a butt slap, you have to have a surface where you can like jump off of. Like it is like a little bit of a lip, and you have to jump off that lip. And you can't just butt slap everywhere. So right there is like a little bit of a lip right there. It's very hard to hit right next to the tree. But if you go to right, you hit the tree. If you go to left, you miss the lip. And then if you do it just right, sometimes you don't even get enough height if you don't do enough butt slaps. You can get a single butt slap all the way up to a quad butt slap, depending on how many times you can mash the button during that time frame. You'll see me get like doubles and triples pretty easily, maybe a quad every once in a while. That's one of those tricks that some players have a hard time. Like butt slaps, since it's been in since Thug 1, you'll see it throughout pretty much every other game. And sometimes, that's a bad jump. Sometimes runners just have a really bad time of actually hitting that. It's not easy to get like consistent. I just make it look easy for some reason.
Yeah, I'm an example where I can just barely get like 3 on a good day.
Oh. So right here, I'm trying to get up on this pizza, and then land right here. There's like a shockwave effect, and the shockwave from me landing causes the bowling pins to just tip over. Because doing that normally is honestly horrendous. I hate that goal so much. So you just kind of just do that and makes things a little bit easier. See, we're already flying through this. I don't have enough time to talk about like specific tricks because we're going so fast. We're already at 172. We're going to our first classic goal. Heck, you can probably explain the classic goals just a little bit.
Yeah, so classic goals are pretty much in exactly what they say, just classic versions of Tony Hawk, where you have like a timed run and a bunch of objectives, like collecting skate letters or combo and high scores and high combos.
there's like 10 different objectives. There's a few that's the same, like, get high score, high combo, pro score, stick score. Talk to this nice lady. Just match through all that. And there's also combo layers and skate layers. And there's a couple of, like, unique objectives for each one. But those objectives are usually really slow. So we're usually just going for, like, trying to get, like, a big combo with the combo letters. Like, this should be enough as long as I land it. Yep, and that's 5 right there, so we're done with Am. Heck, you can probably... Oh, that's a double, not a triple. Heck, you can probably explain, like, the difference between all the different, like, difficulties real quick.
Yeah, so in this game, instead of having like a static difficulty at the start, they'll change like your stats and things. You just have different objectives in the goals. So for example, one goal may say like do a kickflip for Am, or like a 720 tail grab for sick or something like that. But they're usually a bit more extreme.
And on top of that, stole that guy's money too. Don't worry about it. The biggest thing about this game is this. You might be like, hey, why don't you just go for like the stick goals, right? The biggest reason for you don't do that at 8%. Oh my god, what the heck was that? The game like structures its like progression a little bit different than what you would expect. To get in the top 8, you just have to complete a set number of goals. Period. Why did I fail that? Hello? That was new. I've never seen that before. Just straight up end me. It doesn't even give me like any sort of like score or anything. Interesting. So you just need to complete goals, period, for amateur to get into the top 8. Then you'll complete a set number of objectives for pro on pro difficulty. Then at the end, you need to complete all objectives on at least 6. Well, most objectives on at least 6. So sometimes you'll see me get a pro like right there. It doesn't matter at all for the speed run. It does not give me any additional points or anything. If I get it, it's usually out of necessity or just because it's convenient. Or sometimes in one goal's case, it's honestly easier to get like a pro or a sick versus the amateur goal because the amateur goal is buggy. Talk to our man P-Rod right here, Paul Rodriguez. This is like the first instance of when the game might screw me over. We'll see how it works. No, come on. There we go. That wasn't the part. So right here, sometimes Paul Rodriguez gets stuck, and he just skates around in circles forever. And I've had it happen in one marathon. Hopefully it doesn't happen in another one. You'll see throughout this game that this game is not very well optimized, which sucks because things can get... Okay, he didn't do it right there. Cool. This game is wholly optimized. The game's frame rate is trash. So, like, knowing when you need to do something along with the frame rate, it's like a big difficulty spike by itself. Sometimes the game will just, like, throw, like, lag spikes at you, and there's not really much you can do about it.
It was released very early into the console's life cycle, so...
What the best part is, as well, they even came out with a patch for this. There's a patch version of this game, and like if you play this game right now on 360, it will give you the patch, right? But the patch, what it does is it limits the frame rate to 30 FPS, or like a variable with 30 FPS. I don't really know how to explain it. And that's all it does, but it's still really choppy and really laggy, and it's slower for a speedrun. So I don't do that. I do 60 FPS. I do unpatched. Just to show like how powerful it is. I used to run this against a guy named Papa Fog, who sometimes runs the Tony Hawk community. He ran this unpatched for a long time. I didn't know what the difference was. I was always like a minute, 2 minutes behind him. And then like the very first run that I ran unpatched, I beat him. Like I destroyed him by like 3 minutes because I just this unpatched thing is insane, and it's one of the
what, a 5-minute difference?
Something like that, yeah. Like, I don't want to even think about how much it is for rank 1, because rank 1's like the 3-hour speedrun of this, where you do everything.
Man.
I think it mostly saves time in these nail the tricks, because they move a lot slower at 30 FPS.
Oh, well. Like he's also they played a little bit of Project 8, so he knows the lore.
Yeah. I tried to learn this game one time.
I'm gonna try going for a hard trick right here real quick. Let's see. Nailed it. First try. So right there, you need to do a triple butt slap to hit that, and if you miss it, you hit the security like sensors underneath, and you waste like 10 seconds hitting that. It's like a 4 or 5 second time save. I just want to do it for the shits and giggles, honestly. And I just gotta wait here, and then we can go on to school. School is... How do I explain school, Hecky?
Probably the laggiest section in the game is probably the best way I would explain it. Also very small and just full of a lot of things.
Yeah, the game is like really bad about that section for some odd reason. It's kind of infuriating. Okay, but before that, we had to talk to Day One Song.
Hey.
Hopefully I don't get a glitch here. Since I've been running this game a lot, especially on rank 1, there's a lot of things I'll do that will just completely screw up the game. One time when I was practicing, I messed it up, so I actually was like stuck in a like T-pose animation for a little while, and I couldn't get out of it to save my life. I actually soft logged on that goal. Retrying goal didn't work. It stopped my pause button entirely. I nailed that too. Hog. That's actually really hard.
That was really cool.
That's one of those new tricks I developed when I was practicing for this. That involves a triple butt slap. Again, really difficult to hit. The other Tony Hawk games before this have a trick called cat bag. We won't go too much into it, but essentially creative tricks give you a little bit of an extra buffer to hit a butt slap. For some reason, the animation is just a little bit longer, which helps. You don't have that in this game, so hitting a triple, especially consistently, is really difficult, and that one requires a triple.
Have we explained gaps and spots?
No, we haven't yet.
Okay, so gaps and spots contribute towards your rank 2, I believe, but not every single one you get, I think. I think
Yeah,
they
it's
contribute
exponential.
for a while, and then once you have a certain amount, it's not worth grabbing them anymore because they level you up so slow.
Yep, exactly. You'll still get them throughout the run. No. I don't need it. I don't need that one. I can have a backup. It's slower to go for that one now.
You'll also notice sometimes he's just flying off the board for seemingly no reason. He's pressing a button combo that was actually put into this game that just force bails you pretty much.
Yeah, and
You
there's a
can use that
couple.
to skip some slow motion.
Yeah, there's a couple of times that you have to do that. Like a goal will require it, but sometimes, but they usually have like a point where they do it themselves, as opposed to you forcing it. There's some times where you have to do it anyways to do an objective, like outside the world. There's a couple of hard strats you can probably do to save time, but I'm not gonna go for them because they're inconsistent, as opposed to butt slabs where they're not. But we're about to go back home. I'm back to suburbia. One thing I didn't talk about this earlier, I probably should have. This game is one of the few times in the Tony Hawk franchise where you'll have a trick called I call it trail hopping, and if you do a if you just jump, like for instance, as the name said, you hop on a rail, hold down the ground button, and just mash ollie. It doesn't destroy your balance meter. In the other games, it will destroy your balance meter, and you will bail on one of them. But in this game, it's like it saves time because a lot of times you're going uphill, and it will just ensure you have like a good amount of speed going into it.
I did not know that about this game.
Yeah, I did a little bit earlier. It's mostly nailed it. Okay, I was like, am I going to hit that? That was a bad angle. Like at the beginning when I was talking to Jason Lee, I went uphill. I did a lot of rail hops because going uphill in this game's slow. But if you do a lot of rail hops, it keeps your momentum. biggest part about this game is just keeping up your speed, because the game is you can lose your speed pretty much everywhere, and it sucks. All right, so back here in skate park for just a moment. We have 2 goals here we're going to clean up because they're really quick. This one right here. Then we're going to go behind me, and I'm going to try doing a harder classic goal that I made up, or a route I made up the other day, a few weeks ago. Oh, don't start like that. See if I can hit it. So pretty much this involves me jumping up here, grabbing this tape. Then I have to drop down. Then I have to get this combo letter. Ah, okay, that was a bad angle. It's really hard to hit that because sometimes you'll like drop and you can't really tell your angle half the time, so you pretty much have to guess. And I just guessed wrong right there. Okay, I'll try one more time just to be sure. Or I can just like, you know, go baby strides and just go slower. I was trying to be cool about it because I hit the other hard tricks earlier, but alas. Okay. I'm going to hit this. Okay, I may not hit that. I'm actually missing a combo letter. Which one am I missing?
B.
Oh, it's over there. I don't need it. I lied. I forgot, like, there's a... I get my rank 1 and, 80% rounds confused. You do that for rank 1 as well, but you also get combo letters, because you have to get sick on that goal. Also, how the heck did I hit that?
Nice. That's a really dumb goal because they've placed it right in the middle of a lag spike. So it can go very wrong just because of that alone.
And yeah, it's for like, see, the biggest reason this area sucks especially is that you have Skull here, then you have Suburbia right around the corner, then you also have Main Street. Then also if you go too far forward, you have slums. So like, everything's just right next to each other, and the game tries to load everything, but fails miserably. And it just makes things worse for me in the end. There's sometimes the game will just like go to like frame rate, go to like slideshow frame rates, and it's awful. But outside of like that one goal, this has actually been a pretty decent run so far. But we're about to get to like the harder goals, so I shouldn't be too optimistic because this is where things can get really chaotic very quickly. So right here, there's not really a whole lot here in school to like grind on to keep up your speed. So it's not the best area for movement, I will say. Oh, ooh, okay. I tried to jump, but it didn't work. I'll try this again. Okay. But this unlocks a secret area, so we can get a secret spot token.
Doing random mundane tasks to unlock a secret area is like a staple Tony Hawk thing.
Yeah, usually it's like grind this object for a little bit or do this one specific thing. Now you had an include back in this game for some reason. Okay. So we're not going to slums just yet. We're going to clean up some goals over here at Main Street. Then we're going to head to slums, where honestly, that's kind of where the difficulty spike can occur. Hello? There we go. Just did not count. I guess I did this different trick than India and just didn't notice. Frame rate white. I did unmute? Okay, that's what happened. Okay. Honestly, I don't pay attention half the time. I'm just trying to like think ahead about like how I want to do things because I did miss a secret spot token. So I was like, all right, now I know what to do for it to fix it, but it's kind of annoying. So I'm trying to like mentally prepare myself for the next couple goals as well. On top of that, there's a little bit of micromanaging you kind of have to do, which can make things difficult. Right here, I rerouted this slightly. This is like this is the only time in the amateur goals 80% route that you'll actually do a credit trick to finish up the combo and get a lot more points. And this saves like a few seconds as opposed to the old route. Because it used to be that you'll go over and get the flame and then light the candles, but it's slow. Ooh, that was a bad angle. I'm surprised they gave it to me.
Yeah, that looked like you were gonna fly off.
Yeah, luckily the game was nice to me. It realizes I'm in a marathon setting. It's like, okay, I got you this time.
But don't be fooled, that's not always that nice.
Yeah, sometimes the game will just punish you. Like, this game is very punishing. Pretty much every Tony Hawk game is punishing in its own right. Like, you'll do one thing wrong and the game's like, nope. And you'll lose like 50 seconds and you'll have to retry.
Yep.
I did not mean to do that, but that was kind of cool.
Shouldn't have said anything because it looked epic.
I did that on purpose.
Yeah, thought so.
So, almost done with slums here. A few more goals here, then we'll head off to Factory. Well, I also introduced another trick that I found that's really, really cool. And I think it's like one of the only times you'll see that something like that on Tony Hawk speedrun, where I just kind of clip through the floor a little bit. But before that, we have a mandatory bell goal. Mess that up. Might be too high. I might go, okay. It was. So these goals, how they work is you'll have to bail and you get like points, right, for just landing on those. And the game has like boundaries above you and to the sides where if you go too far in that direction, it'll automatically fail you. Luckily, like I barely did not have enough height to not fail that, so that was pretty cool. Because that goal is bad. Like you'll see that in a rank 1 setting, that's also a really bad goal. I bring up rank 1 a lot because like all these difficult goals, like all these goals look a little hard. They're even harder on rank 1. Like it is probably one of the hardest speedruns I've ever done in my life, and I've been speedrunning for a couple years. Like there's like the difficulty for that category is insane.
The thing to know about the goal he just did is the tricks are static, so you don't have to worry about getting random tricks that you can't do in places unless you're on like high difficulties. Then that can happen just because they're more difficult.
Yeah, sometimes they'll give it like, sometimes they'll be like, hey, do a backflip, and it's like, there's no places for me to do a backflip, so you'll waste like 10 seconds skating around, and you have to be near him at all times. If you get too far away, he's like, hey, too far, and then you just get reset, and you lose all that progress, and it's annoying. But we make do. Luckily, it's not too bad on any percent, but it can get very, very bad on higher difficulties. I know some people have hello? Hello? Okay. I know some casual players have like issues with those type of goals. Honestly, every other goal in this game usually casuals have issues with, because this is like also one of the hardest Tony Hawk games to like 100%. Like the game's because like ever since like Pro Skater 4, they toned down difficulty a little bit for the goals. Then they're like, okay, now we need to push it up to a 15 on difficulty. And well, it just makes this like one of the hardest Tony Hawk games to 100%. Proving Ground is also really notoriously difficult as well. Alright, so I'm gonna go for a trick here, but I have to hit this first. I'm doing this wrong. So what I'm going to do is, this is not the normal route. So if you come up here, and then when we get some, jump up here, get some speed, then turn around, butt slap up, and I'm up here now.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, I literally found that today. I was like, I wonder if you could do this, and you can. Also, I bailed. Nice. Alright, so that was the secret spot token I was talking about before, where I kind of needed a backup for it, but I kind of almost forgot about it, because I've been really bad if I did. There's like another backup that was a little more out of the way. Luckily, Factory is very short. We're almost done with this. I just had to hit this. And then we have a classic goal that's probably the... Okay, weird direction. I'll wing it. It's probably the hardest classic goal in the 80% setting, because you have to get 1,000,000 points, but you have no special tricks. You only have like Dark Slide you can really do. So you can get very, very chaotic very, very quickly.
You do also have roast beef and finger flip, but the bindings for them are not very convenient, so they don't get used.
They don't give you a whole lot of points either, which sucks. Oh! Okay, I gotta retry goal. That sucks. I had a really bad angle, hit the top of that, oh my god, no! It's all falling apart now. All right, let's try this again. I got this. Unfortunately, this is like the easiest way to get 1,000,000 points. Is getting all these like rails in, and you also get this like big boost right here. Unluckily, I was at a really bad angle, so it kind of set me up into a part of the roof I could not get out of. Okay, 1,000,000 points. All right, now we got it. All right, so we got another. This goal right here will take us out of here and go back to the city park. We're getting close to end game.
Yeah, this has flown past. It's been a very good run so far.
All things considered, yeah, I think it's been a pretty good run. I've had some marathon runs go very poorly, but this one's not too bad so far. He says, and then hits a rock and bails. Thank you, game. Very cool. But Fun Park's also really hard too, so we'll see how that goes. Well, it's not okay. It's not too bad. It can get really rough, I guess you could say, but. We still have a good handful to go. See, we're already at 74. Like, we're not even like not even 30 minutes in. Tony Hawk like just put out his advertisement saying, "Hey, everyone can come join my team." And I'm like, okay, I'm on my way.
Didn't even finish reading the emails. Got up and started grinding.
Yo, word? I'm in.
Say no more.
Alright, so you get a rail hop up here. Good. Okay, so these combo letters this is probably the hardest combo letter set to get because there's a lot of objects in the way that can kind of get in the way. And sometimes this game just does not accept your inputs for a manual, so that's really cool. But luckily I didn't have to worry about that there. I'm going to get 3 backflips. I'm on the way here. I need to get this gap. I'm going to do one more backflip going up this rail. And that should give me... Yep, that's 5. Cool. And we're coming up to the hilltop. There's a lot here as well. I say that as a lot, but there's been so many route changes because there's like so many different ways you can go about this level. And I think this one route I'm using is the best you can get, at least on this difficulty, because there's like so many different ways you can do things with quitting out of goals. Sometimes, there we go. That one's also really bad. Then you have to like get some extra ones out of the way. Like this one right here, you had to go and get because you barely squeak by at the end with enough to complete the game. So like getting the super fast goals and routing it perfectly is a task in itself. Like this was back in the day, back in like 2015, 2016, myself and Papa Fog just routed against each other for a while just to figure out like what the best route was. This was like a conglomeration of both our routes combined. I haven't seen chat talk too much. Chat enjoying the run so far? I hope so. This ban Margarine. You better join Tony Hawk's pro team, dude.
This is a big deal, guys. I need y'all to get amped. Maybe they're just speechless from how awesome this run is. There you go.
You're right. All right. Let's get this. So coming up, I'm going to start talking about this a little bit now because there's not really much to talk about until then. Coming up is probably... Okay, I don't need that, I guess. Coming up is probably the dumbest goal in the entire game. Because sometimes it will not work. And it sucks because if you fail it... Yeah, it is... You'll see when we get there. It's a dragon. Sometimes he doesn't breathe fire. And I hate him. I hate that dragon. Where are you? Where is this lady at? Why are you over here? Okay, that was weird. They have like a preset path, and sometimes... Okay, nice bell. Sometimes they just kind of wander off a little bit more than you think. But what I'm going to try doing as well on top of this is a trick I pulled off at AGDQ a few years ago, where I'll just kind of skip half this level, but it requires a triple butt slap again, and I barely make it with a triple. Chan, what are your thoughts about dragons? See the dragon's over there. He's watching me menacingly. Let's see if I hit this.
I see the word dragons without
First
making
try.
too.
Oh, okay.
That was the point.
Okay. I hit the trick first try. That was actually I messed it up a little bit and it still worked.
Oh, interesting. I thought you messed it up.
See, this is the drag I'm talking about right here. Sometimes it just straight up will like do the fire, but it will not count the fire. So you have to go run back over here really quickly. You have a time limit for it, and then it'll give you the second try. Getting that and like a world record speed run, you lose like 6-7 seconds right there alone, and it's so disheartening because don't really know why it doesn't count the fire sometimes. Sometimes it does. Other times it doesn't. Don't know why. We have like some theories about how the roller coaster is like positioned. Also, that's a lip trick. Don't do a lip trick. It's not a Tony Hawk speed run. But it's hard to say one way or the other what causes that. And it's just disheartening to get that in the middle of a speed run. Oh, okay. Where am I? Okay.
I'm just trying to spice up chat a little bit, you know.
You're fine. Why am I doing my tricks? Hello?
So we got another follow goal here where the tricks are going to be static.
Also, doing like really fast in this like environment is also really rough.
Yeah, this place is very tight.
Yeah, it's very claustrophobic. So here comes a route change I literally just developed today, and it's faster. So you guys get to see it live. This is the premiere of the route change, and you get that right there. Retry goal, quick goal. Then you do this own challenge, and hopefully it doesn't like mess up my combos, because sometimes it does, and it's annoying. So it used to be that we just continue forward, right? I'm not going that way. I'm gonna go this way, and I'm gonna go ahead and just go to this. Whoa, that was bad. Go to this pirate ship, and it used to be that we do this pirate ship later, but if we do it right here, we save on a lot of skating later on in the run. Oh no, I messed up. Whatever. I meant to hit A, not X. I'm so used to old way of doing it because it used to be. What just happened? It used to be that you actually retry goal there. I'm so used to the old button ways. Alright, so this goal is also really bad. It's programmed really strangely, so most consistent way to do it is I get to do a double butt slap, pop shove it over there. Specifically a double pop shove it. I don't know why. It just is. But this route change makes it so I don't have to skate around nearly as much as I will later on. It used to be like, or as I used to. It used to be like straight up I'll just skate around a little bit more than I should. But the goals are more convenient with this small route change, and it saves about just looking and just eyeing it and just checking on things versus the world record, it saves like 5 or 6 seconds.
So we're all the way down to rank 43 already. From 200.
We're about to fly down too, because we're at 43, 45 right now. This will put me at 43. So I did miss a goal somewhere, or miss something somewhere. Something minute that I probably didn't think about.
I think it was something in Victory.
Probably. But there's a backup I have, so it doesn't matter too much. It only loses like a few seconds. Alright, so this one right here, this one sucks. I have to do a triple or double butt slap, specifically a double butt slap, off of this kicker. Oh my god, that's a bad angle. Try this again. And you have to go at a specific angle as well into it. I can't like position myself or fix it. I cannot fix the angle or anything like that after I jump. Also, I cannot jump up this. Hello? There we go. Hey, there we go. First try.
Nice.
Oh my god, this way. So at 41, yeah, I'm gonna have to do one extra goal, but it's fine. This is the last classic goal right here. Hoarding strats, SMH my head. Yeah, Finn knows. He knows. See, the thing about being like the only Project 8 speedrunner is that I get to hold all these strats. Oh my god. I'm trying to talk crap, and then all of a sudden I'm like bailing like no tomorrow.
Karma.
It is karma. I probably shouldn't hoard strats, guys. Oh my god! That's not even the hard part, dude. This is not hard,
Balance
guys.
in this game is also kind of strange, and sometimes it'll just be different for no reason.
Yeah, it's annoying. Alright, so I gotta wait a second. That roller coaster's on a global timer, and if I'm too slow, then I have to wait a second because it slowly creeps up. And then the lag destroys my timing. No, dude. I'm gonna do some tricks. I'm gonna do some propping. Because I don't want to do that again. Need like another... I don't forget how many points I need.
Also, one other thing to mention is this is the 360 version. PS3 version is also the same, and then there's also a PS2 and Xbox version, which are completely different. So
yeah, this is the optimal version though for between PS3 and this game. PS3 is literally laggier and is insane.
PS3 has the worst hard drive of any console ever made.
And even if you like do an SSD, it's still really slow because it's just the cell is it the cell processor? I don't remember processor. It's not optimized very well for this.
Yeah, also the drive in a PS3 uses SATA 1, I believe.
Is it SATA 1? Oh my god. Oh my god. Please get the menu out. This is the last goal, and then we're going to endgame. You might be like, hey, wait, you're not in top 8. Well, if you skip a bunch of pros in this game, I lied. This is the goal we're doing. I apparently missed another goal somewhere. I'm a professional, guys. Don't worry about it. That's why you have backups.
All planned.
All right, there we go. So if you skip a bunch of goals, it will just give you them later. Like, it'll be like, okay, close enough.
Wait, who's that?
It's Tony Hawk, dude. I think.
Oh, what? Looks like him.
It's been a minute. He just breaks his thighs and he disappears. Then there's some word about people seeing him out in the streets, but I don't believe it. So I don't really have much else to do here and much else to talk about. Literally, it's just a 2-minute auto scroller. That's the thing. That's the worst part about this part of the end game. I just have to make sure the crowd's happy, and then I can just bail all I want like this. Oh, like that. Go flying in the air. That's specifically called a neuroplant. It's been in the games for I think since Doug 1 kind of sort of had them. But if you wall plant into a wall, then you bail, which you can do with by holding. You can force a bail with because I'm using a PS4 controller on an Xbox 360. Also, need to get these guys real quick. I have to press L2, L1, R2, and R1 together. No, I'm an idiot. I'm talking so much crap and I wasn't paying attention. I was like, oh yeah, I need to go make these guys happy, and I'll also admit it.
Oh, he's escaping.
They realize he's escaping. They saw me bailing and they're like, man, this guy sucks. Rip. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. This wasn't even close to possibly even PBing anyways. Like, my PB is incredibly optimized. It's actually really hard to fight.
Are we coming up on time pretty soon, or?
About 4 minutes.
Okay. You made it sound like this is the end, and I'm like, oh gosh, we're like 5 minutes ahead of schedule.
This. Then I have to go skate around Jason Lee. Then I get to play with the Tony Hawk for a few minutes. Then it's the end.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so we're already at the end. It's a little surprising. Gotta go see the scenery and everything load in.
I have a question. What is the longest Tony Hawk 80%? I feel like every Tony Hawk game can be beaten in like under an hour, easy.
Proving Ground used to be. It's funnily enough, I think the PS3 Xbox 360 version is still over an hour, but the PS2 Xbox versions are well under. I think they're like 55 minutes right now. So those are probably it. Now for like runs that people run a lot, Thaw is still the longest. We just had someone Crofty just get a world record of 48, 41 or something like that. That's still like the longest speed run that's still regularly ran. Because Proving Ground's only ran by like 2 or 3 people, so it's hard to optimize that right now. This used to be like an hour, but with phone skip, which is the thing I did earlier in the game, and skipping on a couple of pros, it pushed it well under an hour extremely easily. There's also some small things as well, because like when I first made this route, like the first speed run of this was like 2 hours, but it just slowly got better and better, getting more refined. Because you were like, oh, you have to do every goal, but there's some goals that you just don't have to do. Like competitions take like 3 minutes plus, but you don't have to do those, thankfully. Hey, I think I just did bone roast beef. I didn't mean to do that. Oh my
amazing name for a trick.
God. What am I doing? Guys, I'm usually better than this, I promise you. I'm playing bad. So Jason Lee might get stuck here. Okay, he didn't. So there's a thing right there where he'll like there'll be like a pedestrian that spawns there, and if he hits the pedestrian, he falls through the world. So that's pretty cool. But luckily, he was nice to me today. He realized this is a bad run, so it won't matter too much. That's not too bad for a marathon setting. Not bad at all. Except for this lag. Holy crap. I'm not too far away from you. There we go. There we go. He's catching up. He can perpetually just gain speed. I'm just having to skate around like this to keep up. Ooh, why did I do that? Okay. Oh my god, lag spots. Alright, now we're coming up to the end game. We have a few tricks we have to do with Tony Hawk. Time is coming up in like less than like a minute and a half. I have to do some inverts right here. Then he'll be like, hey, do this trick like a 540 or 720. Then he's going to be like, okay, now you do some tricks. And then you do a nail trick and that's it. Or literally again. So the big thing right here is just like as soon as I get off the invert, I just power slide backwards. And that will position me with enough speed to get the 540 very easily. I just had to do that a couple times. It's pretty free. But yeah, it's been a fun run. I hope you guys have enjoyed as well. Especially co-commentary from CCNeverender and Hecky. Thank you guys very much for coming out.
Of course.
Of course. Thanks for inviting me. Or having me. You know what I mean?
We do know what you mean.
It's fine because we also have like something going on next week. I think, Hecky, is that right?
Huh?
There's something going on next week, right?
Is that?
Dang it. So next
I'm
week,
out of the league.
next week, the 4th of June, we have the Tony Hawk's Tony Hawk Marathon's taking over Games Done Quick. So we get to see a lot more Tony Hawk runs. I'll be running this as well, along with 2X. It's gonna be a fun time for sure. It's like 12:30 on the 4th, and then in time.
Yeah, I missed the memo. Sorry, my bad.
Well, we talked about it. It's got 46:20. It's not bad.
Something like that.
Not bad. Sorry, just talking. I got confused by Hecky. I was like, man, we've been playing this for like 2 months. What do you mean? But that's it for Project 8 80%. Again, as I said, next week taking our Games Done Quick for one of their hot fixes. Come out and support us. The entire day is all Tony Hawk runs. Every other Tony Hawk runs there. Pro Skater 1, Pro Skater 2, 3, 4, Thug 1, Thug 2, Thaw, Project 8. Got some handhelds in there too for good measure. It's going to be a fun day, like 12 hours of just Tony Hawk speedruns. about 12:30 Eastern time. Should be seeing a tweet talking about relatively soon. But besides that, we can give a quick shout out real quick. Tony Hawk community, love you guys. Shout out to the Papa Fog as well for helping me work on this. Shout out to my loving wife and daughter who support me even when though I spend a lot of time speedrunning. Love them to death. And of course, thank you everyone for watching. I have nothing else to really say.
All right. Well, thank you for that. That was wonderful. And we're going to go take a quick break, and we're going to intermission, and we'll have another great run for you coming up soon. So take us away.